4 animals that can live after death. Chickens. Chickens can run around with their heads cut off. Yes, and there's a very simple reason for this. The reason is human error. This error happens to be a butcher's error. The chicken's central nervous system is very different from humans. Some basic bodily functions are controlled not by the brain itself, but by certain parts of the brain stem. So when the butcher chops the chicken's head too high, most of the time it's just the forebrain of the chicken that comes off, with its head leaving the brain stem and the cerebellum quite intact. Frogs. It has been discovered that frogs continue to move around even when their brain is dead. If you leave the frog's head intact but take out its brain, a headed but brainless frog actually behaves very similarly to a frog with its green matter perfectly intact. If you pinch its feet, it will hop away. Put it in water, it will swim to the side and climb out. And the most amazing of all, it'll even croak intently if you stroke its back. The factor that results in frogs' zombie-like tendencies is the power of the reflex reaction, which fires the necessary electrical impulses that cause a muscle to expand or contract. Snakes. Snakes can still kill you with their head chopped off. The snake's head has its fangs, and deadly poison sacs still have the ability to bite you and deliver deadly venom even if it's no longer attached to the rest of its body. The snake has heat-sensitive pits at either side of its face, which it uses to detect threats. Now, these heat-sensitive pits are capable of detecting a threatening presence for hours after death. This means the snake's head will continue to defend itself and can bite you if you get close to it or try to pick up thinking it is dead. Cockroaches. Cockroaches are famous for their tenacity and are often believed as the most likely creature that will survive a nuclear war. They can live without their heads. In fact, they can go on living for 2 weeks without their heads. But how these bugs can survive decapitation? First of all, the cockroaches don't bleed a lot like a human when we cut off their heads. They have an open circulatory system, which translates to little to no blood pressure, so if their head pops off, the wound discloses naturally due to clotting. Secondly, cockroaches don't need their heads to breathe as they do this process through little holes located on their bodies called spiracles. Although a headless cockroach will die of starvation, eventually it's going to take them weeks for them to do so.